Alright, Season 3, Episode 13, Baby on Board. Remember when I said it was going to get weirder? Here we go. So, Tommy and Merton are trying to send an intergalactic message into space, which turns out to be a personals ad from Merton to space alien people, and he gets an answer because an alien woman shows up with a glowing finger and touches his forehead and goes ooh, and something happens that turns out she impregnated him with her baby. Which, to be honest, I don't know which came out first, this or Fairly Odd Parents, but I feel like it's this. But Fairly Odd Parents, Cosmo got pregnant and they had Poof. So I think this came out first. So, you know, Butch Hartman stealing from Big Bug Campus. Just saying. Sort of. Sort of. Meanwhile, Lori is trying to get into a prestigious women's college called Havermill with the dean, who Tommy hits on, and his line is, "You know, my brother's name is Dean." That's not what Dean means. She's like, "No, I'm the dean of Havermill College. Your first name is not Dean." But he just goes, "Hey, Dean." You keep calling her that. So, yes, we find out Merton is pregnant because whatever they're trying to do to try to find the alien, I guess. I don't know. He's got these goggles on and he almost gets hit by a car, and that's when the alien lady shows up and saves him. You gotta be more careful. Turns out he's pregnant, and they, of course, talk about Junior. This is the first movie they mention in which Merton has never seen. Probably because they didn't want to talk about the plot of that movie being where they genetically altered Arnold Schwarzenegger's DNA to make him pregnant in that movie. It's a serum that he takes. He took a serum that makes him pregnant. It's like, never saw it. We do in the movie. And then later the alien lady mentions aliens. He's like, because Merton's like, how am I going to give birth? How's that going to work? Basically, my human physiology with physiology of the way male physiology. And she's like, are you familiar with the film Alien? He's like, Ridley Scott's 1979 sci-fi classic? Oh, remember the scene where alien burst out of John Hurt's stomach? Wait, you don't mean... Yeah, it's more like, instead of like the chest, which is where it bursts out in the movie, it's like the stomach, and it doesn't do nearly as much damage. It's a puppet that pops out. I do like that the alien baby is basically an alien with Merton's spiky black hair. I like that. But there are a couple times that they ruin Lori's interview. The first interview is ruined with the dean when they walk in, and then when they try to tell Lori that he's been intergalactically impregnated, the dean thinks it's some sort of practical joke, but it's all completely true. And then Tommy goes to talk to the dean, and while he may have ulterior motives, he explains that Lori deserves to go to Havermill. He first talks about saying, hey, I want to go there, and he's like, this is all girls school, right? He's like, well, you should reconsider Lori, But eventually, they have to beam all of them up, including the dean, into space to save Merton because the alien lady comes and kidnaps Merton, and they're all going beamed up into space. I don't remember how they beamed up, because, she leaves something behind. I don't know. But she disables the artificial gravity. She's able to stay. The baby pops out. Like I said, it looks like an alien puppet creature with Merton's spiky hair, which is funny. And we have sort of a fight in which Lori's able to get the laser gun. She explains, her good personalities. I'm always here to help my friends. I have no problems fighting an alien, as you can see. What I do like is when the Dean gets up there. He's like, it's amazing. He's like, which part? We're in space, then I'm a werewolf. Remind me again why Tommy had to wolf out in this case. He didn't need to wolf out till later, and even then, he didn't really need to wolf out. So now they have one more person that knows that he's a werewolf that doesn't really go anywhere. I think they do mention the Dean once, but yeah. But Laurie shoots the artificial gravity thing, or that made the gravity go away, basically. And wouldn't that she lasers it dissolves. I don't know if that would stop the thing. You're supposed to re-engage the artificial gravity. I don't think that would stop them floating in space, but TV show, we got 25 minutes. Who cares? Lands on the alien, and then they send the alien back, and the Dean's like, very good, wolf boy. He's like, I'm 18. He's legally, I'm a wolf man. And I'm like, well then that puts the Play It Again Samurai episode into question, because you're 18 and legally you're considered a man, then you wouldn't have gone to juvie. So they're ignoring their own freaking continuity now, just for jokes. But we are not done with the weirdness of this season. It gets weirder. Alien impregnating Martin. That's only the beginning of it. Yeah, this episode is weird, for sure. But as we keep on trucking, I guess, she does get accepted into Havermill. They just say at the end, and Merton might miss the alien. He's got a child out there. He is a father, but as a father myself, I feel for him. He doesn't get to see his child, but it's an alien child, and was going to eat him. So, although she does explain that they'll dispose of the carcass, so he was supposedly supposed to die, but then he doesn't. I guess the alien child would eat him, and then what's left would be disposed of. I guess that was a way to explain it. Maybe the writer's like, oh, we need to have the alien burst out of him, but he can't die. And we'll just hint at it by saying the baby's going to eat him. And then... because there had to be a way to get the alien out of him, so did that way, I guess. But anyway, that's all I got to say about this episode. On to the next one then.